¿Prefieres Chris, Christian, or Christian?
No, this is gonna be tough. I know it's gonna be
No,
tough.
we're not busting your chops.
Chris, I swear to God,
You
I
are a
will not
producer.
bust
We
your
can't do
balls.
that.
We can't fuck with our
That's not what
producer
it's about.
because he's gonna make us look stupid. Then
Yeah, he
like
could
already.
input shit for us to say.
Welcome to. Can I just remind people how hard of a time I had yesterday?
You know what? That's another. Can I just say something? Can I just interject?
I did not know the name of this damn
Hold on.
podcast.
Can I just interject real quick? Because y'all shit on me. I never get to host because you're like, you got one job. You don't even know the name of the fucking podcast. This bitch took 6 takes. She was like, this is pretty and pound cake. This is pretty and package. This bitch didn't know it was pretty and petty.
Wait,
I swear to God.
Can I?
I said pretty. I said pretty and potty. I was like, what the
did
fuck?
you hear the current events episode? You also fucked it up. Listen to the current events, SD. Listen to the one you just sent us.
So you're a
and listen to how you said a pretty. You didn't. I don't think you said petty. You said like pretty something podcast. I don't know what the hell you said.
It can't come out. It don't come out of the pettiness.
I'm all juiced out.
And what's funny is I'm like, oh, y'all talk shit. Because she was like, what the fuck is the name of this podcast again? I'm like, oh, touche, bitch. Because when I said it, it was like, this is the last time you gonna host Alex because you don't know that name. Now look what happened.
All right, this is Pretty and Petty podcast, and now we officially starting after all that nonsensical stuff that happened right now. Nonsensical. I just made up the word. I just made it up. You can't. Whatever. English is always developing. Okay, there we go. It's nonsensical.
Poor Chris. He's like, oh Jesus.
Anyway,
introduce us.
Introduce our guests.
No, but introduce us first, goddamn.
Nah, people know who we are already. I'm Karen. That bitch over there, that loud one is Alex, and Nestle's always bringing us in.
That's true. Introduce our guests. They already know our voices, and if you don't know, now you know.
You know.
Oh, that goes with my shirt. I have on a Biggie shirt now, which goes with the theme of tonight's show of music. Right. And on the show today, we have Chris, who is actually the person who created our intro music. So he's actually been with us since the beginning of the podcast journey.
Almost a year. Yeah.
So Chris, say what's up to the listeners and the viewers.
What up, guys? Thank you so much for letting me be in your show. Podcast. And actually, you guys are the first show. You guys are actually the first podcast that to be interviewed in. It's really special to me, and I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
That's why we love him. We see how
pinching your cheeks virtually.
No top part, just the cheeks.
It's been a year, right?
It's your facial cheeks. It's your facial cheeks. I'm pinching, not your ass cheeks. Just I want to be clear on that.
No. We we literally started making headway at the beginning of the year. So us behind the scenes, yes, but our drop and us working with you was probably around March, April, because I think he gave us the music.
He gave us the music while we were still at the office.
I remember. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And you guys got to hear the music. The intro is hot.
It was pre-pandemic because I remember making one of my coworkers listen to it. Like, yo, this shit is hot. Listen to what our podcast song is gonna be. And so,
go. I feel like it had a.
That's not how it goes.
Yes, it does.
What'd you say, Chris?
I felt like when I produced the record, I felt like it had a Bad Bunny vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Wait a minute, that's not the beat. That's the beat. What are you talking about?
Oh God, no.
It sounds like you're doing Inspector Gadget right now.
It does sound like that.
Yo, you don't know my drum beats, okay? That's how I do it.
Again, we're talking to the mixtape shuffler.
That's true.
Hayden,
I wanted to get into that a little bit because I was reminded. I was like, we're gonna talk about music. We have to inform Chris that he might have to make Alex a playlist for her car because literally, her playlist. And you're familiar with music because you're a producer and you listen to that shit all the time. And you can tell people later on what you do and etc. But in detail, for her car, no lie, she jumps from like 80s to Greek music, and then she'll go back to the 90s, and then she'll go into Christmas music, and
It's
it's just a hot
basically
mess. A hot
called
mess.
the manic
That's the text.
depressive playlist
Hold on.
because it is
Find
so
out. Wait a minute, but
manic.
ask him his opinion on that. Maybe he likes that.
We can. We are. We are.
I'm
Go ahead.
actually I'm actually gonna support Alex.
Oh,
That's why Chris, me, and you, we're like this. That's why we
I'm
on the
surprised.
side. We're like
I'm
this.
surprised, Chris. I'm
You
You know
really
why?
surprised.
I
Because
am
that's
Tell
normal
people I
surprised.
have
people.
everything.
Because that's
Tell when
normal
I go to
people.
my
Because yes, thank you, Chris. Tell them. Talk to me.
whatever. Yeah. I go to my downloads and then that's it. I just hit play. I hit play and whatever comes out comes out. I don't have a playlist. It just comes out. Whatever.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
But when you're entertaining people, you don't do that, right?
Or
Oh.
during it depends on certain moods, also, right?
Chris,
Because
Sorry.
if
I'm
you're
not at a
sad,
party. Chris, they were
But
not at a party. These
you
motherfuckers
guys
were in the car. We're in the
You in the
car.
Okay.
car.
wait,
I
but you
can
DJ
I
in the
say?
car. I DJ
Oh
in the
yeah.
car. I
Wait,
have
can
to
I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
when I have
something?
You
people.
get the
I literally was in a car ride with her for 4 fucking hours. All right, 4 up, 4 down, and she drove me insane because we would be like, I actually my playlist up was good because it was mine. She told me
yeah.
she wanted straight 90s music, and I made her playlist of straight 90s, like, because I graduated in 97 high school, right? So I
Okay.
envision, I know exactly what the music is that she's asking for. And when we were driving back down, this bitch and her schizophrenic playlist were driving me insane because she would go from like a hot ass Joe song to like Greek music to country to a sad ass song
Can I
to
interject
then
here?
like and then
I
she
never
also
played
wait,
those songs. I
don't
would skip it.
interject. No, she would not. She'd be like, "Hey, this is a good one."
Yeah.
Woo!
You don't
I'm
like this
"Shit.
song?
Oh, you don't
like this
remember
song?
this?" And I'm like, I'm trying to just still be in the moment of the last song.
But this is the problem with these two
Just
girls is that they feel
just
like they need to be in the moment of a song. Like just jam and chill and shut the fuck up and enjoy the song. They were like, they feel like they have to be in that mood. Like they're like,
so
why are you playing a sad song? I'm not depressed. Because it's a fucking nice song. Like just sing it. Like you don't need to be in a breakup to fucking hear the song.
Go ahead,
who's the
Chris.
who was the co-pilot?
Karen.
Was
Karen, just take the aux.
She can't.
well, listen, I do regret that. I should have just snatched that shit and fucking made.
Her attention isn't driving. All you have to do is just
That's
play the
so
music.
true.
That's it.
No,
That's
you know
so
what they
true.
focused on?
Even though
Shitting on me the whole time.
Go ahead, Chris. Even though what?
no, Alex, I applaud you because
Thank you.
diversity. I feel you, but you have two guests in your car and they need to be satisfied. So
Thank you.
They in a
it's
warm
it's
when
it's
they
like
am in a warm
you know,
motherfucking car. That's how they satisfied. They're in a car vehicle that I'm driving. They're warm. They're not on a fucking bus. That's how I satisfied them. If you ain't gonna sit and listen to Britney Spears and then some a la Bobby kind of fucking music, then you know what? You ain't really a friend to me. You need to be there for me during these times too.
Yo, qué maldita loca.
Ay, Dios mío. We're
Chris,
gonna have Chris take a car ride. We're gonna convert this
he's
into
we're
gonna
gonna
make her
experience
a
it.
car
playlist.
ride and petty.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to. You need the experience.
Chris, before we get into your recent activities, I want to just backtrack a little bit to give people an idea of how you got to where you are and then flow into that. So when I met you, you're like the little scrawny kid with long hair. This is how old I've known him since he was like little long hair Chris with the glasses, but he's always been
14, 15.
consistently sweet. Yeah. And I don't know where he just showed his interest in music. And I don't know if you still do this, but I hired him to like DJ for me for parties and stuff. And he always does it. He'll follow if I have to have specific songs, he'll do it, but he always does it so pleasantly and just so like into it and engaged. Are you still DJing? Like, how did you even start DJing? Was it just like I just want to put music and that's it?
My last gig was in Punta Cana. It was on. We're in what? We're in March. So it was on. No, no, we're in
February.
February. Okay, I'm sorry. So it was in for the holidays, for the December 31st, for New Year's, and until like January 6th. And the way I started making music was when I got introduced to, well, my brother introduced me to the guys. Well, you know, SD, the guys were um part of, you know, SD's brother, and my cousin. And then when I started chilling with them, I I started hanging out with John and Kelvis, and then
A bunch of old
um
ass dudes compared
yeah,
to
yeah,
Chris's
yeah.
age.
These yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, but like these guys, when I met them, they were into music, and then when I first saw their studio, their record studio, I just automatically fell in love with music. Um, I didn't know what was a studio, a record studio by that time, but I was like, oh no, I need to see, like, I need to gain knowledge on what is this. So what I did was, like, I remember I was 14, 15, and I got hired as a to work in a summer camp. And what I did, I saved up all my money from that summer camp. I think I had like probably like 2 G's or 3 G's, and I ended up giving it to, well, one of I consider him as a brother. His name is John. He's part of the guys, and he bought me all the gadgets, like a MacBook and some speakers, and then I just started making beats. And then I've been making beats for what, like, I'm 27 right now, so I've been making music for like probably like 16, 15 years. Um, and then my 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 mentality kind of changed when I started listening to like house music. So I was producing everything. I was producing hip hop, R&B, everything, you name it. But when I got introduced to house music, it was a whole different feel. Like I was just like, nah, I'm gonna stay on this lane
You like
because
house
it's
music,
what.
Chris? Don't you notice
Yeah,
house
yeah.
music is like 3 hours long for one song? I remember being in a club and I'm like,
If
I can't
it
dance
feels
anymore. I can't do it.
if no, if it feels like it has the same vibe, but I got into the like the underground house. So when I got introduced to underground house, there was the thing is, like, electronic music has a lot of categories. So the one I fell in love was with the Afro house. So Afro house was like, I words cannot describe
You
how.
married Afro House.
I,
That's how you feel
yes,
right now.
yes,
That's how you look right now. Like if you're about to see a bride, and instead of
yeah,
a
yeah,
woman,
yeah,
it's really like a speaker with Afro music coming down the aisle.
yeah,
So
yeah,
wait, so for some of us who don't know what
yeah.
Afro like house is, what is Afro house? Like what does it entail? Are there specific instruments? Like what is it?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. It's a lot of African instruments, like, yeah, African instruments into like um collaborating with like different drums, snares, and just it's more like a more like a tribal vibe, right? So it just takes you to a whole different like level. Like it's different from other electronic music.
it's a different experience.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Now can
It's more
you
vibey, right? Like you would describe it as more
More vibey.
vibey.
It's not. It's more. I feel like it's more classy. It's
Mhm,
not. It's less words, but
mhm.
you let the instruments like guide you.
Mhm.
You know, and
Is it like
it
for
just
us
feels.
Dominicans, is it like palo? You know the palo music?
It. So it's so crazy because it kind of resembles that. Like it has the
Mhm,
same similarities as well. The instruments are included into like the Afro house vibe.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like, those indios, those palos and stuff like
mhm,
that. Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
They have a resemblance on Afro House. It's
That's dope.
pretty cool. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And let's talk a little bit about so you're currently producing for over 15 years. And recently within the last year, I noticed that you don't go by what you used to go by, you now go by Loft 93. So can you explain what Loft 93 is, or who he is, which is you,
Yeah.
and how you got to that name?
Yeah. So loft means like long, like the way that I produce the music is more like loungy vibes, like lofty vibes. I don't know if you guys ever been to like a loft party, and it's like classy.
I'm
It's all
poor, so
classy
no.
vibe.
I don't have
No,
good
no,
friends.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
I need new
I'm sure.
friends.
No,
I'm poor.
Help me, I'm poor.
We've been like with ghetto motherfuckers. There's no loft.
Like, nah, we've been into basement parties.
I've seen Lost in movies.
We've been like in room parties where it's like I only can afford to rent a room, but we gonna throw this shit up. That's the type of parties we went to.
No, but I get it. It's an upscale lounge.
Like an upscale.
Yeah.
Exactly. It defines classiness, upscale, like you said. And then 93 is the born that I was. I mean, I was born in 93. So that's what it's Loft 93. So it it's kind of cool that I
think I was in my ninth grade year of high school in 93.
Yeah,
like
man.
I graduated college.
A lot of good things came out. Like 1993 was a good year. Like
and for and musically too.
Musically, yeah. So that was pretty cool that I kind of like, because I used to go by Chris Tavares, and I like the music that I was producing, but I probably, the thing was is that like I kind of did like a rebirth. And
you rebranded yourself into
exactly.
And he found his niche, right? You found your niche.
Yeah, I found
that,
exactly.
Out of going through all of those genres of music, you found the one that really speaks to you.
Exactly. Yeah. It was more like a melting pot. Like I don't know what I was doing. I was confused. And the way I got introduced to Afro House was with actually one of my DJ friends, and he's actually my brother. His name is Willie True Titans. He goes by True Titans. And he was like, "Yo, listen, like you should listen to Black Coffee. Like you'll love him." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
That's the guy that sings Toast. Is that the song that he sings Toast?
No. Toast is, I think it's like a reggae. Toast is a reggae.
No, I think it's sung by that same person you mentioned.
Oh no, the artist is named Coffee.
And what's the name of the song?
The DJ's name, the DJ's name. Well, the song is called Toast, but the artist is named Coffee. She's a female artist.
And that's how I associate that remembering thing. Cause I was like, un desayuno. It's a toast and a coffee, and that's how I remember that.
Yeah. No, but Black Coffee is actually one of the biggest DJ, the Afro House DJs, like in the world, the whole world. There you go. That's Black Coffee. So when I listened to his music, I was like, oh nah, I'm definitely going towards this field, because it just feels good. It just feels good. And there wasn't no judgment. Like I feel like there's no judgment in that genre. Like there's a lot of possibilities that you could do into that.
Like a free space.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Do you plan on like at some point, and this is a career you're gonna take, right? Like to be a producer for music and do all that stuff. Do you foresee yourself making it into mainstream and all stuff? Is that what you're, I guess, going towards as terms of goals?
My goal is not to be like popular or
you don't want to be DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled.
No, yeah. Like I have respect for all musicians, because they're all diverse, and I just want to be me, and I want to gain organic fans. If they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. And I want to just be able to do what I do with just with a passion, So, I don't want to like. Yeah, of course, money is important, but I want to be able to do this just to gain unity, to the, like we need that, and I want to be able, I want to change you. What was that saying? Be the person you change. What was that? I don't, back me up,
Be the
guys, right
change that you
here.
want to be. Be the change you
Ex-
or something like that, right? Be the
exactly.
change you want to be.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to be like, damn, like Loft 93, like really gave us something to remember. So that's what
Oh,
I want to, that's what I want to do.
That's good.
that's really
Now
good,
can
Chris.
now can I
That's
ask
really
you
good.
because I mean you have touched other genres, right? Like you've worked
Yeah.
with other genres when you before you found your niche. But what like did you have influences? Like who were your influences musically and also as DJs too, right? Because I'm assuming that you look up to certain DJs or people who are in the game.
Yeah. 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 Well, when I fell in love with music, I had in my era, like my era was like Timberland, Pharrell, the Neptunes, Chad, and
Hmm.
who else? It was it was another one that I like. I forgot.
That's like the Scotch Storch era of Timberland, Scotch Storch.
Yeah, it went. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In those 2000, like Tim and Pharrell were like killing it. Like everybody wanted to be like
Kanye
Tim and
at one
Pharrell.
point was producing before he
Kanye,
started
exactly.
rapping.
Exactly. I didn't really get introduced to Kanye until like my like later in the years, but Tim and Pharrell was like the shit for me. Like when I heard Get Your Freak On when I was like probably like 5, 6 years old, and I was like, yo, this beat is fucking amazing.
At 5.
Yeah, so I was like, nah,
Mhm.
this is crazy how people are
Mhm.
like revolutionize like music, and
Mhm.
and it comes from African Americans, you know and me
Mhm.
as a Dominican native, like those African roots are like travel with us.
Embedded
So
in us,
we
absolutely.
we
Right.
love. I don't know what it is. Like we love music and we like the drums and we like to you know
We like
like to get
partying too.
down. Yeah.
Mhm.
But when I remember I saw this documentary. It was with Swedish House Mafia, and it was like their last tour. Um, But when I saw that movie, I was like, Jesus Christ! I've seen like what goes on with the raves, and like that's the first time I started like listening electronic music. I was introduced to the EDM world when I saw that movie. I was like, wow, this is so crazy. And when I was seeing the raves, like everybody was just so intimate, like everybody was so loving, and like those three guys, they
It's
all
probably the
had like.
E.
You think so? Cause oh my god, and I heard
It's
their
something.
album. It was pretty cool. It was like, oh my god, like
No,
how do
they're
you?
good. They're good. I listen to them, and you just wanna like just like get
Yeah,
into
yeah,
it. Yeah, I love Swedish House Mafia, FYI, and
yeah. And I
I
was,
can totally get what you're saying.
yeah. And I felt like
I saw that doc.
and I felt like they were in the top. They were in the top by that time. And then at the end of the movie, they're like, oh, they're quitting and stuff like that. I was like, what? Like this can't be it. But yeah, and they had like their bravado, like their swag, like, and they're dressing in all black. So it kind of made DJs wear all black. Like
Mhm.
most of the house DJs now wear all black. I feel like that's where it comes from. Um,
So are you like, because it sounds like you love just the overall vibe that
yeah, yeah,
you as a producer
yeah, yeah,
produce, no, no
yeah,
pun
yeah,
intended, but produce, right? So
yeah,
you
yeah,
like that, with the documentary, and what you're saying is that you like the thought of looking out in the crowd and seeing these people like enthralled in the music, just being in the moment and
moment.
happy, right?
Yeah,
Whether
yeah,
they're on E or not, right?
yeah,
Whatever,
yeah,
I
like
was
Molly,
kidding.
whatever. But
Whatever.
I mean, let's be honest, that's what happens in raves. But nonetheless, it's just you like the overall atmosphere of it. That's what like literally drives you
exactly,
to produce
exactly.
this music.
Yeah, and all
That's
the
cool.
artists that I like I get a mixture. Like when I produce, I get a mixture of Swedish House, Pharrell, Tim, and Black Coffee. I put that in like in a pot, and I make some Loft 93 music because I just want to make good music. Good music. I take my time with my music. I don't want to like release music that's not good because I want to be able to engage with people. Like, time is very limited. I know, like people are just releasing music to release, but I'd rather just take my time, be patient, and then like once you're patient, magic comes. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and I think what's important with music is like music is I don't understand how there's people that don't like music. For me, it's like there's music. Our whole life has a soundtrack. It's like every special moment, every bad moment. Like if
Hmm.
we hear that song, it'll trigger us back to a moment that we were like, damn, I remember walking on this street with this person having this conversation, or this song
Hmm.
reminds me of this person or this time where I was happy, or I was sad. And every event that you go to has music. Anything is a musical sound. I don't know if you saw this recently, Chris. It was interesting, or maybe it was from you that I saw it, that posted it. Like this guy made a whole beat just on the train, so he got the sound of the person on the speaker, he got the sound of the tracks, and it's just like, damn, like that is such something that relates to me, because I was the one train girl every day coming up from the Bronx, and it's like that's the soundtrack of my mornings, of my life, and my upbringing. So I feel like music should people should take their time making music, because you're gonna touch someone in some particular way, whether it be just for a second, whether it be that's their song forever, or it's just, I think music is relatable to everybody. And I
Hmm.
think people benefit from it, especially if you're gonna put out music that's really gonna be for the people, to touch them and change their lives, and like you said, unite them. And
Exactly.
music unites people in a party. Tiramos una bachata, we
Yeah.
together, we're gonna party, we're gonna drink, and we're gonna have a good fucking time, right? And it's just any type of music,
Bachata,
but
I just think about like a típico, right? Like a fucking
un
ripiao. Like,
merengue.
I'm a
yes.
big I'm a big bachata fan actually. Oh my god, I could listen to bachata all day with a bottle of wine or romo.
Un brugal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Romo.
yeah. Bachata.
Hmm.
Poof. Since because my dad used to work for my cousin. He and my well, not my cousin, my uncle. Um, I don't know him personally, but I would like to meet him. He's part of the Juan y Nelson record label. I don't know if you ever heard of them. Those were like
Mm-mm.
that was like the first distribution um that ever distribute like bachata music to like overseas, to the
Hmm.
Oh,
US.
that's dope.
They had they had uh what's his name? Frank Reyes. Oh,
The OGs is basically what you're
like the
saying.
OGs, yeah, when they
Yeah.
started, exactly.
Hmm.
And yeah. So they had Juan y Nelson record labels all over in the city. So he started working for that for that store, and every week he would like come to the house with different records and play them, and while he sits down, smoke a cigarette, and drink some liquor, I would just like we will all listen to the music. It
See,
was
so
pretty
just
cool.
to add to Este's point,
Yeah.
music has always been an integral part
Yeah.
of your life. You can
Yeah, yeah,
remember,
yeah.
get your freak on at 5, and then you can listen,
Yeah.
remember the bachata music blaring, from the
Hmm.
radio in your parents' house. So, I agree. It is the story. It's the theme, or at least the background of our life. And I don't trust. They're
Yeah.
like serial people who do not like music are like serial killers. Okay, because I can't
Yeah.
trust a person who's like, I can't listen to music. Never even heard someone say that to me, which is kind of fucking weird. But
I
I
no
think
lie,
it's
no lie. Recently, and I'm sorry
No,
to cut you
yeah.
off, but like I saw, I
It's
had a class with a girl who was like, it was a music class on how to teach music to kids, right? Which
Mhm,
is vital to their education.
mhm.
And the girl was like, I don't listen to music, I read. And I was like, how you like, you have to have like a CD, a cassette. When you watch a movie, you turn off the TV. Like I don't understand, but yeah, she was.
Does
I'm
she
gonna
have
just say
serial
it.
killer vibes?
Um,
She probably did.
she was just quiet,
Yeah, serial killer vibes. That's it.
and it's
That's
you
it.
gotta watch out
She's
for the
plotting
quiet
your
ones,
death.
right? Yeah.
Especially if you looked at her funky, you on her death list, girl. I'm just letting you know that. I'm just gonna let you know that.
Damn, I need to
Mhm.
take myself off of YouTube. Thanks, Karen.
No, but Chris,
it's
it's literally all of us can date in our timelines of life, can always date a time by the music that was played, by the smell in the air. Like, there's so much, but music is always like the first thing you think about,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. And
What
it's
are you
kind
in
of hard.
school for now, Chris? Sorry. What are you in school?
Sociology.
Okay.
which goes hand in hand, to be quite honest with you, because you're literally, it's the study of society and feelings and how people feel and what moves society, what changes society, so I think you're in the perfect
Lane.
category you're graduating, because you're literally studying people and their reaction to these beats, the music.
Yeah. And this whole quarantine gave me clarity, gave me clarity on what I wanted to do, and I was just like, nah, what am I doing 24? Like, I'm not doing anything. Let me just start making my music and start releasing my music
and contribute.
Yeah, and contribute. Yeah, and then if I need help with anything, I'll just I'll get the help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that I have the help now. Like I have people that are mixing my music, helping me out, like how to manage my music and how to distribute the music. But I just needed to get out there and stop fearing like what others are gonna think about me, and it's turning out pretty cool. And I'm releasing a record on April, so I hope you guys like that and stay tuned for that. It's pretty cool.
Yes. Where can people listen to your music, Chris? Let them know.
We got Spotify. I'm in every platform, so Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Google Music. Is it Google Music? I'm not sure. I don't have
Google Play. I think it's Google Play.
Yeah.
But what do they look it up as? Chris Tavares, or how would they look you up as?
Loft 93.
Okay, so you gotta check him out on those platforms, guys.
And you also you have lives, right? So give people your Instagram information on when and what time you do those lives.
I've usually given up like a update like once a week to let them know when I'm gonna be DJing. So I usually do it on Fridays, like around 9 p.m. Eastern. On Twitch. I'm sorry, on Twitch. And then there's a link on my Instagram account. And where else? No, that's it. On my Instagram account.
Which is also Loft 93, right?
Yeah, Loft 93. Exactly. Yeah. Because I don't believe I have a Facebook yet, so I got to get on that.
Facebook's really not gonna like what would you be able to do on Facebook that will help move your career? I don't think nothing, because Facebook is for like viejitos at this point, right?
I could go live, but
you're gonna get those grannies dancing to Afro beats.
My aunt from DR was like, "Oh my God, I just saw you DJing," because I put it up on the link, and then they could just click on it and they could see me.
Mad excited, right? That's my nephew.
Yeah.
Mi sobrino.
Wait, does your aunt take the pictures like in that meme or like that post of how Dominican women take the pictures by like the plants or like holding a cup?
I saw that last week. That was hilarious.
That shit was hysterical. That is every Dominican aunt.
Yo, but people got time. People got time to be making memes because like seriously,
that's like a profession.
Yeah, and they make us laugh.
They do. We talking about it now. Like, it's memorable. We talk about it. People are like, that's a profession. So, and they're contributing in some sense too, right? Because they contribute to uplifting us and making us laugh and just enjoying the moment. Exactly.
But that was that's for real though. Like back in the days, like
hell yeah. Yes.
Like I'm gonna go through.
Yeah, let me tell you, they're pictures of like with a flower like this.
Oh, and then like in front of a random car that's not yours. They're like, like why? It's like, hey, or the wave. I don't know why they wave in the pictures. Like it's a picture. Like it just. And that's how it is. I swear.
I love my people, but I think they visualized like how the live pictures on our iPhones. I think they visualized that ahead of time because they act like the picture moved in most of the pictures.
Like they get in a plant. I know, like I've done that as like I was in my teens and I would get behind like a really nice plant.
Your teenage pictures, like your Sweet 16 pictures, was always like smelling a flower. You laughing because that shit is true.
Yeah, he's probably gonna ask his mom, like, let me see some pictures from from the 90s. Yeah. All right, Chris. I think this was a great interview, and I'm happy that you joined us, and I'm glad that people get to see who actually made our music for the intro.
Produced a lot of our first episodes.
Yes, he did, and he's still helping us produce. Lately, I know you've been a little busy, which is why we can't be throwing everything at you. Once you have time for us again, let us know.
It's all good. It's all good. Just let me know, and I'll beforehand. Just let me know, and I'll be ready for you guys.
Any new events coming up for you other than being on Twitch? Any more gigs for people?
No, not yet. No, just working. Just focusing on finishing some music, and that's it.
And the album that you said is coming out in April, right?
No, singles. So what I'm trying to do is just release singles every month, so I could get traffic going and an audience. An album will probably be when God knows when, but I don't know, not yet.
But it's in the works. Let's just say
it's in the works. I just don't want to put like all 5 good songs in one album. I just want to keep teasing people.
Of course. Okay. You gain momentum that way. So
yeah.
Are you gonna have like a voice like a Diddy like in the background, or a Khaled? You're gonna be like Loft 93.
No, he has the one in our song. He's like, "Se llama Christian."
Yeah.
Isn't that?
But I think he only uses it for hours, right? They only use it on our track.
No, I think that's his.
I used to have that tag. That was my tag when I used to make like hip hop beats and other beats.
I thought it was dope. It brought me back.
Yeah, because I listen to it now and I don't hear it. And in his latest track, I don't hear it. That's why I'm like, that must have been a one-time deal.
Yeah.
Now you gotta have your signature. You gotta have a signature on your track, Chris. You have to have something there that people
see. I like that. Look how we can remember. I like that. Te llamas Christian. Like I like that. See, but now you can't do that with Loft 93. What's Loft 93?
You know what? I'll probably use that for like if I produce hip hop records. I'll probably use that. People are gonna know who I am from that.
Yeah, exactly.
That tag was pretty cool. That tag was actually pretty good.
See?
Yeah. It was. I got it from a girl from. She was from Arizona. Yeah, she's from Arizona, and she sent me like a voice message, like you prefer Chris or whatever. Yeah, like that, and it was pretty cool and it was sexy.
So, it was. It had its little.
All right, let's have the story then. So, how did you meet this girl in Arizona? You was on eHarmony. You was on Millennial Fish.
Nah. It was like it was
MySpace.
Yes, make sure he says that he has a girlfriend. It was back in the day, many years back.
When he had long hair.
Into trouble.
When he had long hair.
She was mad cool. We met each other from Instagram, and we were just talking here and there, and then and then she sent me a text message like that. So I was just like, oh, cool, and then chopped it up and put it into my beats.
Does she know that you did that?
I think so. I believe so. I think I showed it to her one time.
Is she asking you she's gonna ask you for money later if you blow up?
She is.
Yeah.
That's my voice.
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind sharing the wealth.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's good. That's how I know you're gonna be big. You know why? Because you have a good heart. You have a big heart. You have a good heart. Yeah, exactly.
It's because the thing about me is like if we're all included and we're all making something good, like this is what I like. Exactly, like these reggaeton artists, like they're just back to back. J Balvin, fucking Nicki Jam, There. Who else?
Bad
Zion,
Bunny.
Osuni, Bad Bunny. There.
Alice
Yeah,
got a
they're
favorite
all.
reggaeton artist. She gotta
What's your
say the
favorite?
name.
Don't do it. Don't
Say his name.
disrespect. Don't disrespect.
You
We
missed
not. That's
one.
your man.
You
Who's that?
missed one, Chris. Go
Daddy
ahead.
Yankee.
I'm
No.
Daddy
who?
Yankee.
No,
Daddy Yankee.
Maluma. She gotta talk shit about
Oh,
Maluma.
Maluma.
I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
talking shit.
Like they're
No,
they're
that's my baby. That's my
She's
baby's
obsessed with
daddy.
him.
She's
I'm
really obsessed with him.
obsessed with this 24, 25-year-old boy. He's a
he's
man.
25.
He's young, but I'll
Oh
take
shit.
him. I love him. Like, I literally look
You
at
know,
his
this.
pictures. I'm like, I could stand next to you, or maybe a little
Yeah.
further away,
He's
but
too
I'll still be
pretty.
there. He's
There.
cute. I'll take his
Listen, like
babies. I don't need to be with him. He's hot.
Pobre Chris.
Chris don't
There's-
care if
Chris
he's
is
hot.
like, Chris is like, I'm not here
Chris
to be.
wants content. He wants
Oh.
music, like
Chris
talent.
is like,
No, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not here to talk about who's cute.
Like,
Okay, it's about music. But let me just tell you that it's
Let me
not
tell you
nothing wrong
something,
with having
Alex.
a cute face with some music.
Let me tell you something, Alex. When I was DJing DR for the holidays, they requested Hawaii so many times.
With the weekend
And I'm not
or
mad.
by himself.
No,
The
by
remix?
itself.
Oh, I love that song. But you know what?
But
That's
the
not
remix is
one
dope
of-
too.
The remix is dope because the weekend starts speaking Spanish, where I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
weekend.
And it hit.
you.
Listen, it hits different when you're in the tropicals.
Yes. So my friend told me that she was like, when you go to Puerto Rico, you play The Weeknd and Maluma, Hawaii. I was like, girl, the whole soundtrack. These girls are gonna hate me. It's gonna be Maluma.
Can I tell y'all something? I didn't hear the whole song.
What?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. So
Okay, so I'm not that bad.
The two Dominican bitches don't know Spanish music.
but
more
he's
than-
not. No.
You don't
Chris knows what music I listen to, and that's music from like the 2000s.
Man.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
listen
I
to
listen
that
to.
stuff too.
I listen to
Shout,
old
shout out
music.
shout out to Lauren Hill, yo.
I listen to that. Listen,
I'm
we
like,
Well,
what's up,
well.
Neo?
But Chris, before we end this just wraps it around to the beginning when we were talking about the shuffle. This is why these bitches need a shuffle, because they need to be brought in to the good shit. It's Lauryn Hill, then you hit them with a Maluma and The Weeknd,
Yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a song I like right now that's new with Bad Bunny and Rosalia. That one I like. That
Oh,
one
I love that
Rosalia,
song.
that I do
Rosalia.
because
But I call her-
I love Rosalia.
I love her. Is she
I love her
pregnant?
voice.
Isn't she
You do
pregnant?
too? You do? You like her, Chris?
I love her voice. It's different. She
It
reminds
is,
me
and it's
of
that
like
flamenco.
It's very angelic, like kind of like
Exact.
soft.
It reminds me of Ellie Goulding. What's
Yeah,
her
yeah.
last-
Oh, Ellie
name?
Goulding.
Ellie Goulding.
Yeah.
When she started, like I was like, oh my god, this voice is amazing.
Yeah, she's great.
Amazing.
She's great.
Oh man.
I like
And
her.
just bringing in, like, who would have thought that flamenco music, which is like typical like gypsy Spaniard music, would be like can collab with, you know, reggaeton and hip hop, and she does such a great job at it. It's so good. It's such a great blend. So I really like her.
She has a song now
Yeah.
with Billie Eilish
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah?
does. They have a video
Euphoria. For Euphoria soundtrack.
The show?
That show, yeah.
on HBO.
That show is dope. Shout out
Quick
to that
question for the DJ, and just to clear this up for people. Do you get annoyed when people make requests?
show. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that clears that up.
Yeah. So
I mean,
don't
every
make requests unless
DJ
you're paying for it.
Look
right?
at Alex. Alex is quiet because she's the one that makes the request.
Actually, and it's crazy because
I'm always at the DJ booth, like, excuse
I'm gonna be
me,
a
por
hypocrite.
favor, can you play Corazon by Maluma? They're like, all right, yeah, okay, just sit down. I'm like, no, I want to dance to Maluma's Corazon. They're like, okay, we'll play it in the mix. I'm like, God damn it, just sit here and wait.
Yeah, no.
So don't request. You don't think I should request DJs to play my music?
I mean, I think you're gonna be fine. I mean, for ladies, it's
You'll be fine.
yeah. For ladies, is the DJs will do it.
I'll just show a little boob. I'll be like, excuse me.
No,
when you
no,
DJ,
for ladies.
do you
DJ
play
got love for-
Suavemente?
No, I
Thank
mean,
God. God bless your
I-
heart.
I mean,
I hate that
if you
shit.
Google, I mean,
Of
you know,
course
shout
you
out,
hate that
you know,
shit. Chris, you hate that shit too. Say it. Admit it.
It's I got love for that song, you know.
Do you really? There's no way in hell. You being mad political right now.
You know what it is? You know what it is? And I'll tell you what it is from my perspective.
I won't play it. I won't play it due to the fact that I know the environment that I'm gonna be DJing in. Like in
No. But let's say you go to a party. Let's say if I go to a party. Yeah.
If I go to like my like us, like to a party like with my peoples or like my my crowd, like around my hood, I'm not gonna play Suave. It's not that type of
it's not happening. It's just not happening.
No,
it's not gonna happen.
It's not.
And you know what it is? It's not a bad song. It's not a bad song. This is the problem with that song. You go to a non-Hispanic party, right? Mm-hmm. The people throwing the party throw that in to kind of satisfy you, right? In the mix, so you could feel included with what they're playing. So I've gone to parties where they're like, but they're playing Suavemente. And I'm like, that's not, we have so much more other music than Suavemente. Like, like this dude was dancing in leather pants and a glitter shirt. And that's what you associate to us? Like, we give y'all hits. Like, we gave you Romeo Santos. Like, go us up solid right here. And
let's wait. Let's even take it back. We take I'll do Fernandito Villaluna any day. We could do Juan Luis Guerra. We could do old school shit.
We got Ruby Perez. We got
Ruby Perez. But don't be doing
Toño. We got Toño. Like, dude, throw some Mark. Y'all know Mark. Y'all know J-Lo's ex-husband.
We all know Mark.
Yeah, no, but Juan Luis Guerra is actually one of my influences too. Like, that dude is just a man. Like, and he's being Dominican and he's revolutionized merengue. Like, the dude came from Berkeley College, worldwide, like revolutionized bachata. Like, that's crazy,
Yep. I remember being maybe around 93 when you were born. Him showing up and announcing like a category on the Grammys. And I never forget it. He walked out with Celine Dion, who at the time didn't know much English, and she was starting out her career. And that was just such a proud moment. It was like, oh, and he had a pin on his lapel with the Dominican flag on it. And it was like the moment, like, holy shit, we've made it. Like, this man has made it and has put us on the map. That's how big of an influence he is.
Yeah.
To be proud.
He's good, and all his music has meaning and purpose.
And even the Christian ones now.
I grew up to those songs. I love all of them songs.
And he's good performing. I saw him in MSG one time, and
I would love to. I would love to see him live before. Like, that's like one of my bucket lists. But hopefully, this COVID-19 gets better, and then we could just all be together,
chilling,
one piece,
and hug people.
And hug people, dance.
Hug people, dance, not too suavemente. All right, Chris. Again, thank you so much for joining us tonight, wishing you the best in everything that you do, and
thank you.
You got a good head on your shoulders, and again, people check him out. Spotify, Loft 93. You can check out his IG. Where else can they find you? Apple, anywhere you play. People hear music
and when they play our music, like our
intro.
Podcast. Yes, you'll listen to him. That's him perfectly right there. That is
and that thing has a title. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want you to get in trouble, but I'm assuming that the title is the person speaking on that thing.
No. It just felt like what was the title? Maria, right?
Maria.
Yeah, nah, that's not her name. But it felt like tropical, like when you go to the tropicals and
damn. So that girl got a boring name. What's her name? Brittany. Damn. Sorry, Brittany.
Nah. Won't say.
Maybe. All right. Well, thanks again, and that's it. Till the next time. I don't want to say it. Can I stop saying this?
No.
Toodaloo,
you started.
Fuckers.
Yes! Yes! Yes, Chris. I love you for saying it.
There we
Peace
go.
out, everyone.
We could just keep him to do it forever now.
No, because you suck. Now Chris do it.
That's it. It's Chris.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Love y'all. Thank you.
Bye.
We love you.
Prefieres